Hello, my name is Sean Ennis from Ennis Management, and thank you for joining me here on the Creative Collective. And today I'm honored to be joined by a very special guest. He's a singer, rapper, and producer from Nashua, New Hampshire, Isaias.
Hello.
So you have a really interesting artist name. Can you tell me how you decided on it?
Well, honestly, it looks pretty cool. It sounds pretty cool, and it's my middle name. So I was just like, you know what, this is perfect. And it's sort of a balance of each of the letters that's in it. A-A-I-I-S-S.
Now, can you talk to me about some of the challenges of pursuing a music career living in New Hampshire?
Gotta say it's hard, being that everybody either thinks you're Canada or you don't exist, actually, or you came from the woods and know how to milk a cow. We don't have any cows, so I take offense. But as far as sort of trying to make it, no, I don't think I've had really any hindrances. I mean, I've met people who have worked with famous people. I'm taking all the right steps to get to where I need to be. This is only the foundation, really, for me.
And I think all the artists that are alive right now are really benefiting from the internet and social media in terms of having platforms to distribute and share their music.
Of course, and the internet age is only growing, really. So it's getting easier and easier and easier to connect with people that aren't even in the same country as you. I mean, there's so many, like Mira Massa is a kid from a small town in Britain, and he's making beats for A$AP Rocky. Like, just especially with the language that is music is becoming way easier to transport from place to place. And honestly, I think it's a beautiful thing.
And how important is a strong online presence to your music career?
Going forward, like, I'm really just working on the music so that by the time I'm building that, it's not like I'm leaving everyone empty-handed. But when I'm on that stage, it's going to be crucial because you have to keep a presence for your people, you know? That's how you build sort of a relationship with your fans. They're not just your fans. They connect with your ideals on a personal level. So to just like up and ghost is pretty much disrespectful. So you gotta be there for your people.
Now, what kind of music is your favorite to listen to?
Honestly, whatever I'm in the mood for. If I'm feeling happy, I'll play some house. I'll play some uplifted R&B. If I'm feeling sad, it's usually some R&B, maybe a little bit of grunge if there's some anger in there. If I'm feeling like a boss, if I'm feeling amazing, I'll play any line of rap. And even when I'm feeling like thought-provoked, I'll go to the classics. I'll go to 36 Chambers. I'll go to Aquemini. I'll just chill and contemplate life, you know?
And are you planning to collaborate in the future with any artists?
Yes, I got a little bucket list for like rappers that are around my state, and then I got a bucket list of stuff I hope to achieve if and when. I'm not even gonna say if because I feel like I got it, but for like people I meet in the future, basically.
And speaking of the future, what are your music career goals?
My music career goals is to get at least the entire country of America to hear my voice, to hear what I have to say, to, you know, feel the emotions that I felt through my music with me, basically. I hope that they fuck with me, to be honest. Hope that they vibe with me.
And how do you plan on achieving that goal?
Being myself. There's no other way to do it.
What are the characteristics of great or groundbreaking music?
Stuff that impacts people in any way, shape, or form. Whether it's anger, whether it's positivity, whether it's somberness or the feeling to party, it's impact. And you either honestly have to be a complete clone of somebody and like make something that sounds so similar to somebody that it's viable, or you got to be your own self. And the second part is way more effective, but has way more risk. Trying to be your own person.
And which one of those two are you striving for in your music career?
I'm trying to copy every single artist in existence so that, no, I'm playing. I'm finna be myself. There's no other way to do it.
Now, what is more important to you, fame or credibility?
Credibility for real. Fame can mean a lot of things. You can be famous for like hating people. You could be famous for causing fights. You could be famous for stealing. You could be famous for doing drugs. But nobody can knock your credibility as an artist, as a human being. That is like first grade knowledge. You can be famous for a lot of things, but damned if anybody take your credibility.
What do you value more, creativity or perfect execution?
I feel like some of the most seemingly perfectly executed things are just pure creativity. Like, take for example Tyler the Creator's new album. He wrote the song Earthquake for Justin Bieber and Rihanna, and they both turned it down. And he did it himself. Just kept his raw vocals in and went from there and sort of built around those vocals. And that's pure creativity. Because the perfection's thrown out the window. Bieber said no. Rihanna said no. He's by himself. He has to be creative. And look, his album's charting #1. Everybody's fucking with it. Everybody's, like, creativity's just like first and foremost. You can have a perfectly executed song and nobody will mess with you. But you could have like an XXXTentacion 2-minute snippet of him saying some real stuff over a beat that's slightly distorted, and everybody will mess with it. Creativity over anything else, period.
Can you talk about what type of satisfaction you get from creating music?
It's like therapy almost. It's like a complete release of anxieties and negativity and anything. And it's also kind of capturing your story, just where everything is and how everything's going.
Do you also view music as a form of self-expression?
Yeah, more than my outfits. Like, I like to dress. I don't really care about brands, but like, I'ma dress nice. Like, ain't nobody gonna knock me for my fashion, period. But I feel like music's the same way. Music, to me, is who I am, above all else.
What is the most appealing thing about pursuing a music career for you?
Most fulfilling?
Fulfilling or appealing?
Actually being able to record it, honestly, just the whole recording process. It could be like just you and the producer in the studio, or you and a few other people, but just like the vibe of everyone who's there. It's like having a science experiment and then being the scientists that are there to see like how the Big Bang was created or something like that. Like, just the raw energy. And then it gets carried out again through like when you perform. It's almost like a recreation. Like you're doing the experiment live in front of an audience,
Can you talk to me about the experience and emotion of performing?
You honestly have to read a crowd before you know what you're doing. Because you could walk into some place thinking you're the best thing alive, and that you're the reincarnation of Tupac and or you're Playboy Cardi or whatever. And then you could just go based off of your own hype, but it doesn't matter how much hype you have if you can't read a crowd. Like, then you just jumping up and down on stage and it's crickets and you look crazy. Like, you gotta make sure everybody's tuned to what you're doing. And honestly, just like having that feedback with an audience is almost like it gets personal, like you're having a conversation with them. Like, Don't be afraid to tell jokes and dance and be yourself, because at the end of the day, real people mess with that. And there's a lot of people out there who mess with good vibes, honestly.
Do you believe it's important to study older music?
Of course. I wouldn't have been able to do anything in my career, really, if I didn't look back at the greats. You know? Like Al Green, the Isley Bros, Marvin Gaye. That's from a musical aspect for my singing. As far as rap, kicking it back to like Slick Rick and fucking damn Wu-Tang Clan, as I said before. Even old Eminem. He still has his wordplay, but like nothing can top Marshall Mathers, LP1, NWA. You know?
And what are you able to learn from studying older music?
I feel like they showed a lot more emotion and energy in their craft. There was a lot more passion. I can't really say the same for singing, as a lot of the best singers still carry that emotion. That's really how you make it as a singer. But as far as rap, coming from a place of anger, or not even that, coming from a place of just wanting to be there for your people, being the voice for what you have to say for your community. That was what it was all about back in the day. Like, there would be little like turf scuffles just to be like, I'm the best in Queens. Well, no, I'm the best in Brooklyn. And then you got, I'm the best in Inglewood. Well, I'm the best in Compton. But who's the best in California? Like, it used to be just copacetic. Everybody was passionate about their work. They weren't busy trying to clone each other. They were busy trying to outcompete each other. Who could really be the best? Who could really put their heart and soul into their craft? As well as some of the cadences, like, even with artists nowadays, like the Suicide Boys and people coming out of Florida and stuff, they take a lot of inspiration from 3 6 Mafia and a lot of inspiration from Bone Thugs and Harmony. And like, you can tell, because that's passion. All the Godfathers of rap. That's true passion. You gotta carry that in your music.
What are the joys and challenges of songwriting?
The joys and challenges of songwriting. Songwriting's always kind of been in my blood as a poet. That's how I kind of wrote my emotions down as a kid. Didn't know what else to do, so it's just like, you know what, I'm gonna just write rhymes for a little bit, go outside, fucking clear my head, and then from there it just became like, but what if I like sang over it? I was already in like chorus and stuff, so I was like, why don't I just combine the two worlds? I mean, there's so many other artists out there who do it, and this is me being like 10 years old, just like, you know what, I've been dancing to Michael Jackson, why don't I just like do my own thing? I feel like I got something to say, might as well do my own thing. The joys, to me, it really allows me to bare my soul. It really allows me to really connect with myself. A lot of the time you walk around, you don't really assess your own emotions, you don't really assess your own feelings, you just kind of exist. And that's how a lot of people operate, more on a mental scale, where they just exist around and go throughout cycles in their day, and that can break a person, honestly. You don't take time to reflect on yourself. The way I happen to do it is music, and it's perfect for me. The only challenges I could ever see myself having are like days where I have the emotion, but I don't know what to write, or I just have like a break in my mental. And even then, I just like take a breather, give it a day, give it however time I need until I find that inspiration again. Usually it's not lost on me though.
That's really interesting, and I've heard a lot of musicians kind of reference that they feel like music is their therapy. Is that similar to how you view music?
Oh, of course. Not a lot of people are good listeners, and that's no offense to anybody listening to this, or anybody listening to anyone out there at all. Just a lot of people have their own problems, so a lot of people spend time trying to fix themselves or even fix other people, so not everybody gets time to listen to everybody else. That's one of the beauties of music, is if people mess with your music, they're going to listen to it. They're going to pick up your message, even if they're playing it on low in the background of their day going by, or they're having it on full blast and they're hearing every word. And that's an amazing thing to me. That's why it's like therapy, because everyone's listening, in a sense. You get to put yourself out there. People can relate to you. You don't feel as alone. You don't feel as crazy. You don't feel as worthless. You know, it just kind of gives you like a positivity boost, like Goku with the spirit bomb. Just give me your energy, that positive vibe.
And what's that experience like, receiving positive feedback on your music?
Honestly, it's one of the best feelings in the world, just for people to, you know, go as hard for me as I go as hard for me. Like, I be like, I feel like I'm the shit. I feel like I got something to prove out here. I think that I got what it takes to be one of the best. And it may sound cocky, not even meeting me, but like, I don't even usually say stuff like this. I usually let my music speak for me. But this is the interview, so I gotta talk. But I would usually just play my music or like sing or rap, you know, just kind of throw myself out there. Let you decide. But so I've had enough people tell me that I'm good to go, okay, I think I'm good, okay?
Now, do you experience any fear when writing and releasing really personal songs?
The only fear I would ever have is like copyright issues. Like, I put out my heart and soul and then I hear it on the radio, but it's not me. But I already got that taken care of. Again, my boy Good Bars over here hooked it up, helped me get all my stuff copyrighted. So when it comes to that, no, I have no fear. I don't mind bearing my heart and soul. That's just who I am. Take it or leave it. And, you know, you need more realness in the world.
What genre of music do you consider your work to be?
I just want to call it soul. I just want to call it soul because I can't define. I don't want to pigeonhole myself to one genre. I like R&B. I love rap. I love rock. I'll combine all of them at once. I'll leave them separate. I guess if I had to say, fusion. There's a genre for you, fusion.
And can you talk about some of the artists and music that has had an influence on you?
Alright, so stuff like The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, My Diary by Alicia Keys, and even stuff like The 36 Chambers, what was it, Chicken and Beer by Ludacris? That was awesome. Good Kid, Mad City, as well as Untitled Unmastered. Untitled Unmastered actually for me more when it comes to Kendrick. Cole's been dropping some heat lately. And just Chance, Tyler, Childish Gambino, the three's hot for me. Like, I would love to work with those artists. They're amazing to me. Completely. Denzel Curry, he's a good one.
Could you briefly describe your music making process?
When it comes to producing, I kind of just like get one melody in my head, so then I'll arrange it out, just play it out, and then I'll build on it, just create layers, and just everything gets more and more complex, and then it swells. And with each new sound comes a new idea, and with each new idea builds the song, so it's perfect for me. From a writing standpoint, I'm just trying to write down real words for real people, so that's what I do. And I just put it to the music I've already made. And the emotions fit together. It's like puzzle pieces. Building a puzzle, and you're hoping it turns out amazing, and then you invite everyone over to see the puzzle, and everybody's like, I get the picture, you know?
Now, what are the main themes or topics in most of your songs?
For my first album, it's an ode to anyone who supports me, even haters, honestly. It's also about balance, the life of the party, all the great experiences that come with being an artist, and then the hard work it actually takes to put in, and all the traps you can and can't fall into when it comes to the game, the artistry, when it comes to all of that. For my second album, all I gotta say is love and loss. And for my third album, duality.
Now,
So yeah.
what are your musical goals?
How would you say that? Like musical goals.
What do you hope to achieve with your music?
There we go. I want to reach the masses. I want to reach the masses. I want to spread my energy out there. Let everybody, connect with what I got going on. I just want to vibe with people, honestly. Be it famous or not, I don't care. As long as you're chill, as long as you're a genuine person. And I'm going to do the same for anybody who listens to me.
Can you share your social media links?
Of course. My Snapchat is litmyguy3, number 3, no caps, no spaces. And my Instagram is Isaias2IC, and that's ISAIAS, number 2 IC, and that's no caps, no spaces.
Now, is there anyone you'd like to acknowledge for offering financial or emotional support to you during your music career?
Oh, of course. I would like to thank my mom, basically, for always just kind of being there. And though she's gotten a little weary at times about, the whole career choice thing, she's always pushed my musical side. She's always let my talent kind of show for me and run free. And I appreciate her giving me that room to create and build. I'd like to shout out Good Bar. She put me on game to so much. I'm going to be moving smart, best believe. Every penny earned. I'd like to shout out my bro to the left of me. He is my right-hand man, though, do not forget. His name is Reebra. He's an artist that's going to be showing up a lot more as people get to know me. They're definitely going to get to know this guy. And he's definitely, I think I got skill. He's up there with me. I'd like to shout out my girl for being supportive. She's always supported my dreams. She's always been there. She'll help me out when I make beats. She actually has a co-producer credit on my first album. So she got a little bit of music in her too. Y'all got soul. I'd like to shout out anybody who is going to doubt me or has already doubted me. It's only going to push me to be stronger. And I hope that eventually you see what I see when it comes to my vision. And I'd also like to shout out everyone who supports me now and anybody who wants to support me in the future. I love y'all, honestly. Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to promote or share?
Right now, I got a strictly rap song coming out called Class Act 2 that's going to be on Spotify and iTunes within the next couple weeks. Class Act 1 is on my SoundCloud. You can kind of get everything from my SoundCloud as a brief artist resume, but nothing is official on there. All the real deal stuff is coming out in the future. I love to shout out a single I'm dropping in July called July. Know the name's repetitive, but people are gonna love it. It's a summer vibe. It's a summer bop. And then my album Balance that'll be coming out in the near future. And welcome to Isaias. This is what I'm about.
All right, I would like to give a very big thank you to my guests for joining me today here on the Creative Collective. As always, write your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. And for all of your promotion, marketing, as well as music career consulting needs, email ennisproductions@gmail.com.